Welcome back to this creepier looking part two. So we left off last time here talking about railroads being expanded across the United States, mainly finding them more in the northern states. Now, one thing I didn't quite get into in part one, just because I felt it was going a little bit longer than what I intended it to, is the benefit of this. What is the effect by this new and improved mode of transportation? Well, there's three topics we're going to get into specifically. The first one is for businesses. So you're wanting to be a business owner, let's say, you have your own company. Well, how does improved transportation help you? Well, one, it's faster to get your goods to be sold somewhere. So you're going to make a profit a little bit sooner. And two, as this invention of the steam engine gets going, the cost of shipping is going to go down, which means you're going to be making more of a profit in the long run. Consumers, you and I, we are benefited by this improved mode of transportation. One, because we get goods quicker, but more importantly is we're going to be spending less money on those goods as the cost goes down to transport them. And so business owners, their cost begins to go down. That then falls back onto us, the buyers. We can buy them cheaper because we get them at a lower price because the business owner doesn't have to pay as much to ship that out anymore. And then third, cities are going to begin to grow more because people can move quicker from one place to another. This is going to help encourage people to move towards cities. In particular, it's going to help people move towards these factories from your previous lesson that is beginning to sprout out a lot across the north. That's going to help encourage people to move there, to work in these factories, allowing them to produce more, to then to be shipped out and then be sold. And it's going to be a cyclical event that's going to help each of these happen. And then final effect is going to be about westward expansion, people moving westward. This is going to help encourage more people to move to these western states like Indiana, Ohio, Illinois, eventually Michigan and Wisconsin. This is going to help get people to move here quicker and get these territories to become actual states once more people get to those locations. So that's the overall effect of improving transportation. Now, our second improvement for this lesson is about communication. Now, we see here in this picture, you probably are thinking they're putting up telephone wires, which actually they're telegraph wires. So this is the telegraph. I'll talk about Samuel Morse in a second. The telegraph, you've probably never seen this, but the way it works is this handle here, you'd be tapping on this. On the other side, an electrical signal is formed, and through a cable wire, that message can be sent long distance and faster, because prior to this, how are messages being delivered? Well, you have to hand write the message out on paper, and then you send it off to the post office, which they're using horseback. Again, all of this is about moving from human animal power to machine power. These electrical devices are going to be able to send these signals way faster than any horse is going to be able to ride across country. So Samuel Morse here, he is the one who perfects the telegraph because he's going to take what you've probably heard of with Samuel Morse. You've probably heard about Morse code. He's going to take this code and adopt it to the telegraph to be able to quickly send messages across the country. Morse code is actually developed by Alfred Vail. So I want you to not get these two mixed up. Alfred Vail is the one who comes up with Morse code. We know about Morse code because Samuel Morse takes that and applies it to the telegraph. So this code, again, you've probably seen this, maybe just didn't realize it, is this right here, a series of dots and dashes made up of the entire alphabet. So if you can read or hear the sound and know the dot, know the dashes, which we'll do something in class with this coming up, so you can kind of see and hear this better, you can then know what that message is being sent. So in other words, it's a real early form of texting like you have today. You sit there on your phone, you type out on the keypad all those messages. Well, a series of coding in the background is happening similar to this. You hit send, and wirelessly that's being sent digitally to somebody else's phone. It's no different. It's probably a lot faster and easier to read because you don't have to see, letter B, dash, dot, 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 B, what's the next one? Just a dot, B, the word B. That's going to take forever trying to figure out what that is. So that's Morse code as far as communication goes. So, example of this, the first message ever sent by Samuel Morse here in 1844 is, "What hath God wrought?" And below here, in this image, this is that message in code, in Morse code. So that's going to help improve dramatically communication across longer distances in the United States. So I'm going to pause that there, and I'll come back for one last step, part 3, about improvements in farming. If I don't, then it's going to make this episode very lengthy. So I'll be back in just a moment.